Okay.
Okay, so now the session is recorded. So again, it's nice to meet you, and we're going to talk today about Scrum Mastery versus traditional leadership. We're going to use this mural that I'm going to share screen, and I hope that this will not be a lecture, but a free discussion. So please feel free to ask any question. You can put them here in the parking lot from the left, okay, on the note, just double click and you get another note and you can ask me any questions. And the best way to do that is just to raise hand or just interfere while I talk, okay? So just feel free to ask any question at any time, okay? So again, my name is Michal. You can have a link to my LinkedIn profile. I'm a partner in Ajime and cooperating and doing this webinar with cooperation with Scrum School, managed by Mehdi Husseini, who is here with us. So I want us to think together, what would be the description of a true leader? If you would now be in a part of an organization and you would like to recruit a leader to your organization, what characteristic, what would you put as the requirements of a true leader? Let's have a 2 minutes, and if you want to add notes here, again, double click, and just please write on the notes, okay, what kind of characteristic would you expect to be in for recruit a true leader in your organization? If you cannot use the mural, you can just write me in chat or say it up loud, and then I can write it for you. Okay, so let's see what ideas do we have here. A person who gives inspirations to others, explain why of the work to the team. So the why part is extremely important, and I totally agree with that. Person who can create a perfectly matched team, focus on the people empowerment. So there is a lot about team here and about empowering others. So I'm asking you what a true leader means, and you're talking about team and the other people that we manage, which is great. A lot of focus on that, relationship building, problem solving, strong communication skill, ability to teach and mentor. Wonderful. So this is something that we expect from an ad to recruit a leader in our organization. Definitely a lot of focus on the team, on the empowering, on teaching, and on problem solving. Now, how many of you are acting today as kind of managers in your organization, managers, Scrum Master, any managerial position in your organization? Please let me see. You can use the reaction button. Any of you? Who is acting in a managerial position today? Okay. Only one. Okay, so from your personal experience or when you watch your managers working in the day-to-day, I would like, if possible, to split you into 2 breakout rooms, okay, 2 and 3 together. And let me show you again the mural. Okay, you will go, room number 1 will go to this part, okay, and room number 2 to here, okay, and try to describe the day-to-day activities of you as a manager or as you, for your managers as you can see it. Can anyone give an example? I don't know, for example, he's in participating in status meeting, doing one-on-one meetings. Okay, what is the schedule of your managers or yourself as in a manager position? What is your day-to-day activity? Okay, is it clear? Let's have 3 minutes for that in the breakout rooms. Someone just left? Probably. Okay, so I will add him back in. So the rooms are open. Okay, thank you so much.
Guys, come back.
Okay, so we are back. So let's see what we have here. From the one room, we have controlling people, assigning tasks, increase the velocity. This is from room number 1, I assume, right? And Vladi and Ev team, I know that you spoke in Bulgarian in the room, so can you share some activities that you were discussing, day-to-day activity of managers in your organization?
We have discussed that the manager must create backlogs. After that, creating some sprints, speaking with the team, like, for example,
Create backlog. What's the second one?
Sprint.
Mm-hmm.
And discuss all activities with all stakeholders.
Organizing meetings.
Organize meetings
with the customer.
Discuss activities with stakeholders, organize the meeting.
Yes.
What else did you say? Last one, meeting with the customers.
Meeting with the customers, and finally to create the release, make the release.
Mm-hmm. Sign on the release.
Yes. And after that, discuss again some more points and about the next release or something.
Okay, so plan the next release.
Yes, exactly.
Are you working in the same organization, both of you?
No.
No. Okay.
Just
but these are,
yeah.
but these are great examples. And now what I would like us to do, let me show you in a little bit. Okay, let's see what we have here is creating the backlog, creating the sprint, assigning tasks, talk to this, talk to them, controlling people, increase velocity there. And let's remember, try to remember what we had here when we tried to describe what a true leader means and what we are asking from a true leader when we want to recruit, right? So empower, explain why, okay, focus on the people, inspire people. Do you see alignment between the two? Between the day-to-day and what we expect from a leader? What do you see here? Because I see a great gap between the way we describe and imagine the leader, and between the day-to-day, which is a lot of running here and there and firefighting and trying to make things happen and taking all the responsibility on himself, right? Assigning the task, creating the sprint. How is that goes together with empowering people, right? So there is many times, and this is something that I ask you if you're working on the same organization, and you said that you did not, but it's very similar in many, many organizations, that we ask for one thing, but the day-to-day looks really, really different. And and when I talk about Scrum Mastery, I think this is the new era of leadership. And what does it mean? Okay, let's take a look here. The characteristic of a true leader, okay, is having the team in the center. You have to believe in the way you lead. And it's like a parent to its kids, okay? If you believe in something, your kids will know it. You don't have to tell them to do it. And you cannot lie to them. They will always know what you really mean to. Okay, so it's the same in managers. You have to walk the talk. You have to really believe in something in order for it to happen. Otherwise, your employers can smell that it's just a show, right? And you have to make it for real. You have to take some courageous decision, and I will give some examples later. Okay, mean manager is giving the framework for how to work, and this is tough decisions that needs to be made. Okay, you are not here to please the people. You are here to give them the direction and then let them work. Manage them as people, not as resources. Manage the system itself, not one by one, not assigning the work, but let us know, all know what the goal is, and let's try to direct the people to the right way. Okay, so many times the team themselves will have the best answer for a situation. Okay, so we don't have to do things for them. And when we described here the day-to-day, there is a lot of doing, right? Doing the small details so the puzzle will be complete. But we don't want that. We want other people, we want to inspire the people to take more responsibility and more accountability. So this is the characteristic of a true leader when the center is the team. And this is as opposed to traditional leadership where the leader is the center. Okay, ask me anything, I know the answer. Follow my decision, I will make all the decision. Follow my lead, I will show you exactly the way. I will dispatch the work for you because I have the full and complete picture of what needs to be done in my head, and I will assign you only the task. I'm a task dispatcher. Okay, so there is a gap between the two. And even when I ask people what is the true leader, they always know how to define it pretty well, but I'm not sure the reality is the exact translation of what we think that needs to be there. And why is that? To my opinion, and I wrote a blog about it, you can find it in the Scrum.org site, okay? It's about the leadership dilemma, okay? What happens many times? We start by getting the job, right? I do outstanding work. I'm really good at what I'm doing. I'm the top expert in my team. I help my peers all the time, so I'm really a people person as well, and people really like me, and I have good vibes and atmosphere, and I'm really professional. I get a nice bonus on my work. Okay, I'm at the top. I got promoted to a leader, right? Why did I get promoted? Because I'm an expert, technical expert. Okay, that's my way up. But now, as a leader, I'm not expected to be a technical expert anymore. It's not that I should not be, but as you can see here that you wrote yourself, okay? Technical expert is not in the center of my role as a leader. I want to raise people to be technical expert as well. I need to teach them. I need them to be the center, and I need to support them, not to do the work. So now I got promoted because I did a great work, and this is what I know how to do best. But now I'm expected to do other things, to let others make the decisions, to make others be prominent with their technical expertise, right? And if they don't do exactly like I do, it means that maybe they're doing a less good job because I was promoted because I was the best. So there is kind of a conflict here. Okay, I got promoted because I'm good at something, but this is not what I'm expected to do after I get promoted. Okay, but still, we know in many organizations, I work as a consultant, agile coach in many organizations, and I see it all the time. People are promoted for the wrong reasons, to the wrong role. Okay, if they were promoted to be top technical expert, this would be great. If they have also charisma and they know how to manage, this is great, but it's not necessarily the same skills. Okay, and then we get the conflict because if I'm promoted mostly because of my technical experience, then I know that this is what I can do best. And this is what I want to teach my employers, my employees. I want them to do exactly like me. So I will make the decision. I will let them know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. Okay, and this is right the opposite of what's expected from me as a leader. And this is many times what brings great workers to fail as leaders, okay? Because they know how to be experts technically. So if we do want, and I'm not saying, of course, that technical experts cannot be great leaders, but if they do want to be great leaders, what do we want? What do we expect from them? How does the day-to-day need to look when you are a true leader? So let's have, and I have here examples, real life example from customers that I was working with. For example, go to Gemba, okay? See the work. You know, just go around the office, the cubicle. No, now in the Zoom, it's a little more problematic sometimes, but when you're in the office, visit people, ask them how they're doing, just, you know, stand with them in the kitchen where people chat about the day-to-day work. Just let's see how it looks like, their day-to-day, see what they are confronting. Okay, what are the problems, how they work. Okay, just get the feel of what's really happening. Not that I have to tell you what it is, just take a look, be part of it. Then you will be able to get more trust with the people and see the real problems that they may have. I have a negative example, firefighting 24/7. I was working with a client like about 3 years ago. They had a lot of firefighting incidents that came from their customers that they had to work like 24/7 when they had this. And many times, you know, the managers stayed and they were working days and nights, really, really hard, and gets lots of pizza from the organization. And then they get a great bonus for, hey, thank you so much for contributing. You are a great leader. You stayed here for 24/7. And eventually I told the HR director that I think, of course, we need to encourage if we have a problem, if we have a fire and we are working 24/7, okay, to make it, to shut it down. This is really great and appreciable, but you don't appreciate a manager in the long term for being a firefighting. You, as a manager, we want to see improvements so we don't have fires anymore. Okay, so we have less incidents. This is what we want to measure and give bonuses and appreciations for managers, not to stay overtime, always to firefight, okay, because it means that the system is not working well. Okay, so it's not a great heroism that we need to work 24/7 all the time because we have so much problems. As managers, we need to make sure that these problems will be less and less, you know, will not happen very often. Okay, this is how you measure a real management, a good management, that you prevent it. Okay, not being there to support your employees every day and every night. Okay, so this is kind of another example, another perspective of looking at something that we really appreciate, because, you know, as people, of course, we need to appreciate people that are coming through, you know, to help and bring the system up. We need to gain trust with our people, and based also on personal relationship. Food is always good as people to get connected, right? So have lunch with your people, talk to them unofficially. How are you doing? What about your family? Is everything okay? Let people be more relaxed around you, because, you know, whenever you're standing near your manager, it's always some kind of distance, or I'm not sure, even if we're good friends, right? But, you know, try to eliminate that, okay? We don't have to eat all the managers together and the teams. We are people, we are the same, we can eat, we can have some fun together, and then we will be able to be more open to each other and say really what we think, gain more trust, and work really as a team. Even if I'm your manager, we can work as a team. Okay, this is what we want to do. So have occasionally lunch with your team, even one-on-one. So unofficial meeting with your team is a great way to establish this trust and this leadership that we are looking for. Another example, powerful questions. Okay, we said, if I'm going back here, problem solving. So yes, part of the managerial role is to solve the problem, but to my opinion, a greater part is to support the people to find their own answer. Okay, even if their answer may be a little less good than what I think is my answer as a leader, sometimes I would like to give them the opportunity to choose what they do. They will be much more committed to a way that they were accountable for, okay? They found the answer, they want to go through it. If every time they will suggest something, I will say, well, that's nice, but do what I say, yeah? They will be less committed to it. So as a manager, as a true leader, I would like to many times ask questions to empower the team over answering them what they need to do, okay? We work really hard. I don't know how it is in Bulgaria. We work really hard to find the best people to recruit to our teams, right? And once we find them, finally, then we just tell them exactly what they need to. So why don't we hire junior students? Why do we need to hire the best and tell them what to do? Okay, so asking powerful questions, give them really, delegate the accountability and responsibility for real is really important. If you need another example, last one, working groups. I want to implement a tool for us to work. Why do I need to do it as a manager? I can ask my team, who wants to be part of this group who is working about the tool implementation? Okay, so let's have an ad hoc group for this purpose. Let them do the thinking, let them do the work, and only support them. Don't do it for them. Okay, it will give them much more empowerment. Okay, and they will feel really that they are contributing and part of, and this what will make their motivation higher. High motivation usually equals high quality. Okay, happy workers do a better job. Okay, any questions so far?
Michael,
Great.
I have a
Yes.
question. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. You know, I'm curious to know why co-creators of Scrum use the word true ahead of leader. You know, at the moment in version 2020 of Scrum Guide, we have true leader, while I remember in the version of 2017, we had servant leader, no? And they changed this phrase to true leader. Yeah, as I said, I'm curious to know what is the difference between a servant leader and a true leader.
Yes, so in the Scrum Guide 2020, they called it a leader who serves the team. Okay, did they use the term true leader or leader who serves the team?
Pardon me, I didn't get you.
Okay, so I'm saying in the Scrum Guide of 2017, they called it a servant leader. The Scrum Master is a servant leader. In the 2020, it was a leader who serves the team. And the difference is because of, I think it's more politically correct reasons, okay? Because a servant leader, sometimes it's like slaving or something like that, which has a negative meaning, and they want it to be positive. It's the Scrum Master is like, and I call it a true leader. I'm a leader, but my role as a leader is to serve the team, is to help the team flourish, and not to manage them, not to boss them. So this is the difference. They just changed it from a servant leadership to a leader who serves. Okay,
yeah. So we can say that in the version 2017, we can interfere that, for example, at first we just served the team, because his name was servant leader, and based on that, I mean, in the context of serving, we can imagine that he's a manager, something like this. Am I right?
So, it's not in the Scrum Guide, a manager is not a role that is being discussed. Okay, we discussed about
definitely.
Scrum Master. Okay, it doesn't mean that you don't have a manager in your organization, but the Scrum Master is not considered as the, I don't know, HR manager necessarily, but the characteristic of Scrum Master is definitely a leadership role. Okay, Scrum Master is someone that is it's a leader. Okay, it has managerial characteristics. So if the Scrum Master in your organization is a manager in action or not, it doesn't really matter. In reality, it needs to be with managerial impact. Okay.
Great.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Any other questions meantime?
No.
Okay, great. So I have created, okay, all rights reserved, the Trulia Manifesto. Okay, are you all aware of the Agile Manifesto? Yes, anyone? So I hope you all aware of the Agile Manifesto. So I have created the Trulia Manifesto, okay, which is pretty much the same. While there is value on the thing on the right, we value the items on the left more. So let's see what these are. Paving a road over firefighting. Okay, this is similar to the example that I just gave you a few minutes ago. Okay, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be with your team when there is a firefighting, right? And it's really appreciable, but you have to appreciate more when you're paving the road for more successful and less fires, right? So this would be more appreciated. Direct communication over hierarchical behavior, okay? No formal emails to give messages, to provide messaging. No, I will tell you, you will tell the little people there, right? No, we just talk to each other, okay? We are human beings. We will talk together as a team, okay? We will discuss it as a team. I will talk to you directly, okay? In one-on-one as a team. No need to give announcement in some, I don't know, formal highway that no one really relates to. This, if you do this, okay, sometimes you have to formalize things, which is fine, okay? But first, direct communication. Asking questions over answering questions. That's what also we talked about. It doesn't mean that you cannot answer. It doesn't mean that you should not answer. Of course you can. Just think a little bit before. Maybe this time you can avoid from answering and empower the team more. Okay, and let me go to the last one, then I'm going to send you some references. Support people over control people. Support them with their decision. Don't run over them. Okay, so while we appreciate things on the right, and it doesn't mean that if you're doing things from the right, you are not a true leader, but we appreciate things on the left more. Okay, and I have here, down here, 2 references that you can see after this. There are a link if you double click, so you get to the link in YouTube. This is by David Marquette. Okay, his example, it's very interesting in the Navy as a leader of a submarine, and what and how did he empower the team to make decisions. Of course, when there was a life or death decision, okay, he took the decision. So it's not that it's true or false, but he needed to make, to understand when he can empower the team and when it's like, I need to decide and now, okay? So we have to make a balance. When a leader thinks that every decision is crucial, it's life or death, maybe we have a problem. Okay, so it's really interesting and inspiring if you don't know it. And I will talk about this one soon. So to summarize, okay, I want to have some note from Jack Knott, who was the CEO of EPAC, Digital Printing. He was once asked what is he looking for in a manager for a new print factory site. There were many sites of the EPAC, okay, all around the world, and he was looking for site managers, okay? And they asked him, how do you recruit your site managers? And he replied that the manager should not come from the print industry. And people were looking at him, how come? I mean, if they need to run an industry of print industry, how come they cannot come from this area of knowledge? So he said that he is looking for people that can dare to dream and not for people that will explain him what cannot be done, okay? Because if we are technical experts in something, this is our knowledge, okay? It can be like this, it can be big, okay? I'm not saying that it's small, it's very big, but we live in a complex environment. Agile is about complex environment, right? Our reality is complex environment. We never know everything. And we need to be open enough and humble enough to get more ideas, to dare to dream and bring other people to help us find a solution, and not tell them that we need to do this because this is what I know, because I am the expert, okay? And this is a process. There is not right or wrong. There is not something that is visible. When being a true leader is not something that you can see in a glance. Okay, and sometimes, of course, if you will watch me, for example, as the leader in 10 minutes, you will see me making a decision. You can say, well, this person is not a true leader. She was making a decision. She didn't ask the team. So it's not about one shot, right? It's like a movie. It's a process, a never-ending process that all the pieces of it really make us see the entire picture of progressing toward true leadership. And this movie by Simon Sinek about Do You Love Your Wife shows that the process of also leadership and also other changing processes in organizations. So these 2 YouTube videos are really interesting. They are short, they are really nice. So you are welcome to watch them if you don't know them already. And let me see, no, we don't have any questions here. So this is it, basically. The differences between traditional leadership and Scrum Mastery, which is true leadership, the way I see it at least. I hope you were able to learn something new, or you enjoyed it. You are welcome to join my next professional Scrum Master class. I'm a professional Scrum trainer by scrum.org. This class is about Scrum Mastery, teaches the essence of Scrum very deeply, to understand the why behind all the elements of Scrum, and to understand how we can be a true leaders as Scrum Masters. We do a lot of exercise during this class. It is very dynamic, and we will have it on Zoom on October 19 until October 21, 3 days, 5 hours each. And you have 10% discount valid until the end of this week. So I hope I will be able to see you there as well. And if you have any questions, I'm here for you now.
You please send us some more information about this training.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Merdi, we have
yeah, I can
the emails
send
of all the participants.
Yeah, we can send, but at the moment I can share the link of the course on the chat box. Michal, just a moment. Yes, here. This is the link of the course.
So you can register directly from there, and if you have further questions about the course, so you can contact me as well.
Yes, and as you see, the coupon code is WebSM. Am I right?
Yes, WebSM. WebSM, we have a coupon code, special price until the end of this week, especially for you.
Yeah, WebSM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with 10%
I've written
discount.
it on the chat box.
Yeah.
And is an exam included?
Yes, in the course, this is a certification class by scrum.org. You will get 2 attempts to take the exam. This is part of the price, of course, the price is included. The first, it's unlimited with time. If you will take the first attempt within 2 weeks after the class and you will not pass, you will be able to have another attempt for free. If you will not take it within the next 2 weeks after the class, so you can take it whenever you can, but you will not have a second attempt for free. So there is a possibility, but anyway, it's included. And also, of course, I always support my student after the class. So if you have any questions after the class, before you take the test, I'm always available to answer any questions.
Thank you.
I hope to see you there. Anything else? Any other questions? Okay, then. So I hope you were able to learn something new today, and I hope to see you again. Thank you very much for joining me today, for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Stay
Bye.
safe.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Michal.